Check one, two.
That's it. You should be up.
But we're live now.
Should be. Should be.
Got caught in the act.
Just check with everyone. See if they
Check one, two. Check one, two. Oh, they must be over here now. I can hear something, boy. I'll take that back there. Hold in a sec. Let's jump back on. See you. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. You lot hear me? Can you hear me clearly? Does it sound like you're near me? Yep, we're live. This time around, I think we got the sound. So shout out to everyone locked in. You know what I mean? It might be a bit late on this one. We'll give it a few minutes just to get everyone involved. Oi. Shout out to Charlie Chalk. Oi, he says. You know what I mean? Oi. Don't let me get Dave the Spade out, mate. You know what I mean? He'll cause some trouble out here, I'll tell ya. Yeah, we're doing a live right now. Let me let everyone know. Cause you know what I mean? This is me popping my cherry. That's why I wore this t-shirt. It's cherry red. And I'm popping it right now with you mother lovers. Yeah. Shout out to my boy D, danDNA. He's holding down the boards. You know what I mean? He's got a new toy there you can play around with. So we're gonna see how this goes because this is the first time. Definitely won't be the last though. It will not be the last. Shout out to everyone involved. You know what I mean? If you could tweet it out there or Facebook it out there, whatever you do. Yeah, I mean, just put it out there, put the link out there, let people know. This is Mysdiggi live, about to do a live stream. Talk some shit with my people. You know what I mean? I ain't seen you lot for a while. For a long ass while. None of us been, you know what I mean? Have you been going out? What about you? You been going out? See? You ain't done nothing, so I want to find out how you lot are, man. Let us know in the comments. How you feeling? How you been over the last year? You know what I mean? It hasn't been that fun for everybody. A lot of things have changed, a lot of things have happened. Hopefully, we can get back to normal though. Not this new normal that everyone's talking about, just the normal. Just, you know what I mean? A better normal than before. But not way better than whatever this new normal they're trying to. You know what I mean? Yeah, but it's been fun though. Otherwise, I've had a lot of time to work in the studio because obviously I ain't been gigging. You know what I mean? Only in my head. I've been performing in my head. That's about it. That ain't really, you know. And we might get to do that as well. This is just the intro. Just us getting started. Yeah, I feel like there's an echo. Two. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is what it sounds like sometimes when I get blazed in my head though. Head though. Safe, is it still echoing? We still echoing. So what you lot getting into, man? What you lot blazing out there? What you drinking? I know, you know what I mean? I know people getting busy. What is it? It's Wednesday night. You know what I mean? Unbelievable Wednesdays. You might as well get blazed. You know what I mean? So anyway, we want to give a shout out to all the people that I've been working with over the last year. I don't think I can remember everyone, but shout out to Jack Stingle, Navarra. Shout out to the Revox Records crew. They've been doing a lot. You know, G-Bag, Strange Neighbor, Big Toast. Yep. Who else? Shout out to Ramson Bad Bones, Jazz T, Boots Records, yes, Reveal. Yeah, there's a few bits and bobs coming. Shout out to Farmer G. I just did something for his £10 bag thing. He's bringing the £10 bag back. Woo, 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 woo. And the lineup looks crazy as well. Who else is there? I know there's a few others, man, that I'm forgetting, but I'll probably remember along the way anyway. But how you lot feeling out there, man? Let us know in the comments. Hit that. Oh, yeah. That's what I forgot to say. I always wanted to say this as well because I've seen it on so many videos. Smash that like button. Make sure you lot subscribe. Smash that, yeah, all the stuff that they say when they're doing the live stream. Yeah. Smash that subscribe button and like, yeah. Yeah, something like that. Is it still echoing?
No, the echo's gone, but it's just there's a little. It's like a weird delay on your voice. So like, as in when you're talking, your voice is coming after you're talking.
But it's not echoing for them out there.
Echoing, no.
That's good to hear.
Like delay the picture.
Alright. Oh, shout out to Chase, man. Chase is locked in. Yes, bruv. Stamina. Jeez. That's hilarious, man. There's who was it? Yeah, Dark Knight. Where's Dark Knight at? My man was talking about transmission. We got transmission 1 in the building. We got Rinse FM in the building. Gee, Josh. Yes, Stamina. Good to see you out there. Hey, I've been talking about this shit, man. We ain't seen no one for a while. I feel like the only time I see people now is either I bump into them randomly, like, or it's at a video shoot. That's what you see. I see other rappers and all that at a video shoot. They say, yo, it's good to see you, man. Yeah, it's CP. Craziness, man. But hopefully, we're coming back. Hopefully, it's opening up and we're good. You know what I mean? We can get back out here, do what we love doing, getting them crowds, enjoying themselves. You know what I mean? Jeez. It's been a minute. It's been good to have a break, but you know what I mean? This break should be over now. It's long enough now, man. So what you lot drinking out there? What you lot smoking out there? Let us know. Hit us up in the comments. We're going to talk about some things that need to be addressed. Because this was the first one, I might as well do this now because I don't think I've ever really got the chance to do it. So, you know, talk about the name change, why I decided to go for Maestro, and then after that, go for Mysdiggi, drop the Maestro. You know, people don't really understand, so I thought I might as well say that, get that out there. And then also, the LowLife stuff, might as well get into a bit of that, you know what I mean? Get a bit into the old LowLife stuff, what happened there, what happened to bang, and then what else? Oh yeah, the wrap-ups, the UK wrap-ups, man. Why I stopped doing the UK wrap-up. Yeah, so fun topics. Fun things that we always want to hear about, I guess. I guess. But yeah, so obviously my name was Maestro for a reason. All my friends said I was just about music, you know what I mean? So I switched for BK. When I decided I was going to spit again, like rap, I've always rapped like since I was really young. like from about the age of 8, 9 or something like that. You know, just hearing stuff on Top of the Pops or whatever, and it was like, oh, they're doing it fast. And I've always been into poetry. But then, so I was in a crew, you know, I was in a crew when I was really young, like about, what was that, about 12, 11, 12 or something like that. And Baby Kevin. It's like, my name was Ragamuffin BK. Yeah, Baby K. Like, and then I switched it to just Baby K. And then when, there was a time when I met up with my boy Kruger. And, you know, we used to hang about, like, he actually lived in Grenfell, funny enough. And he was like, oh, bruv, you should come on because he used to rap as well. And what I liked about him is that he raps with his own accent as well. He raps with an English accent, where a lot of people were rapping American. You know, it always just felt a bit weird to me because it was like, right, yo, we'll blast off and we'll pass off, and then, hi, mum, yeah, can you make sure the dinner's on, please? You know, it always felt a bit weird. I always felt like I should be able to rap the same way I talk. And Kruger did that. But then he was like, yo, bruv, you should come on this radio station, innit? I was like, wow, where's that? He's like, oh, it's round the corner in Latimer. Transmission 1. I was like, right, Transmission 1, all right. Well, you know, and we went on there. I thought he was going to rap, but then he started doing more the jungle style. You know, like it was more fast talk, like rolling tongue and all that. And then he did a bit of rapping as well, but I just went on, all I could do was rap on the beat, but luckily on a jungle beat you can rap because it's, you know, the double time thing. And but then I really enjoyed it anyway, and it was like, yeah, you should come back. Mr. Reds was there, Bogle, you know, all these people that became like, you know, they're legends basically in the area. And so from there, that's how I started like doing the jungle thing. And then, but after a while, a few years had gone, and then Transmission 1 kind of, you know, it fizzled out. It was really fun though. It was a few years of just like really learning how to hold a mic, how to come up with, you know, we used to come up with lyrics every week and all that. IC3, Major Skits, Crowd Jewels, there's so many different people, man, that, you know, like they made an impact on my life then. And after a while, it kind of fizzled out, and then Skits managed to like, he linked up with Carbon, who is IC3's brother, and then they you know, basically got a set on Rinse FM, but this was when it was a pirate, and they were like, yeah, we should go up there. I was like, yeah, okay, all right, let's do it. And we used to go up there every Sunday, and it was sick as well. It was like Target, you know, Maxwell D, like Wiley, like all these different like people, you know, names that people know of. But everyone was really young then and just, you know, having fun with it. And then from then, after a while, I wasn't really into it anymore anyway. It just felt like, you know, people didn't, for me personally, like people weren't really into the lyrics type thing. They just wanted to hear rolling tongue, blah, 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 blah. Whereas I was about lyrics, you know, from when I was young. And so then, you know, I was just like, I'd go up there, but I'm listening to hip hop on the way and things like that. So it weren't like, you know, I just didn't have the heart for it, the love for it anymore. Right, shout out to the people that's in the building, boy. Who's in there? Who's in there? Anthony Turner, yeah, put the kettle on. All right. That's what I'm talking about, boy. What you drinking? What kind of tea you having? Jeez. Yes, Charlie Chalk. Talking about the Music Maestro EP. Jeez. Well, we're going further back than that right now. You know what I mean? So yeah, Rinse FM. I used to drive up there, you know, pick them lot up. We'd go all the way to East, have fun, smash it up, rah. But then after a while, I was like, yo, I think I want to rap again, you know. You know, so still doing it for a bit, but then after a while, you know, I just weren't into it anymore, so I kind of stopped going. And obviously, Rinse went on to really blow up as well. They done really well, man. Shout out to Genius and that. Obviously, Stamina was out there as well. And then yeah, then I got ill. Not too long after that, I got really ill, man. Save that story for another day because that's quite long. But basically, life or death experience, but because of that, it made me go, okay, if I get through this, because it's to do with my voice and everything as well. So if I get through this, bam, I'm gonna, this rap thing, that's it. I'm really gonna go for it. And luckily, I got through. And so that's why, the energy that I came with when I was doing this in the beginning was more like, I'm just happy to be alive. So I wasn't really, it wasn't about like trying to become famous or, be somebody that everybody loves and kind of feed my ego. It's more just like, I always wanted to do this. And so it was still kind of the kid in me going, yo, you could do it now, whereas before it wasn't something, we never really saw people that were like big enough for your parents to think this is something you could do for a living. Yeah, but so anyway, that happened. That's just practicing. Shout out to Orion, shout out to Skits, shout out to Stray Car. You know what I mean? I was just practicing there, just practicing my bars, right, and trying to work on a style that sounded just like me. You know what I mean? It wasn't like trying to sound too Cockney or too Yardie or too American or anything like that. It was just me. And then also just, being free and being able to rap about what I wanted, because the stuff that I was into was a mixture. It was, I always say, it's like the spectrum from NWA to De La Soul. Do you know what I mean? And everything in between. I just love the music and love the culture anyway. And I need to give a shout out to Michael and Martin as well, man, because them, there was an age when I used to go with them, get a little draw, you know what I mean, and sit down. They make me read the dictionary and listening to like hip hop, like Master Ace and Big Daddy Kane, all these different people. So I was really like getting the gist of what makes an MC. You know what I mean? So things like that really help. But then, yeah, it got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm ready to do this. I was better. I started going out again. And I bumped into my boy Skanky, who, the crew that I was in when I was young, yeah, he was one of the dudes that was like actually the main guy. He was probably the leader, I'd say. And he was like, "Rah, what are you doing back here, man? What? I thought you was jungle MC and all that." I was like, "Nah, man, bruv, I'm on it now." And then we started linking up. He said, "Oh, you got to link up with my producer. Link up with Bluefoot." I was like, "Rah, Bluefoot, okay, yeah." Linked up with him, and he had beats. And from there, like, people should know, shout out to Bluefoot, man. We got quite a few nice tunes going. Was it Charlie shouted out the Awkward Thief? Yeah, that's Bluefoot who produced that. And yeah, so that's why I decided I'm going to call myself Maestro, but I'm going to spell it with a Y just in case. You know what I mean? It's like it's a name that it's quite an obvious name, I felt. So as I had Maestro, I also in my head I had Mysdiggi as a kind of pseudonym. And that's why you'd always hear it in tunes from way back when, you know what I mean? People kind of forget that shit when they're like, you know what I mean? I'm not mad at you lot, like. But yeah, people kind of forget. So Mysdiggi was always there. And I knew there was a point where I was going to probably drop the Maestro, but I wasn't sure when. And then it came up when, by the time I'd hit Maestrogen, or just before then actually. What felt weird though is it's called Maestrogen by Mysdiggi. Kind of felt weird. It felt like I should still be Maestro dropping it then. And then even when I linked up with the distro and all that, they said, "Oh, it'd be better if you stuck as Maestro." The people at the offices might remember that name better than Mysdiggi. Because of the previous stuff you've done or whatever. So, and yeah, it worked out right anyway. They were right about that. But then I was like, you know what? I think I need to drop this Maestro and just hit Mysdiggi. What I did was just made sure that a lot of the metadata, all the stuff that I was putting up there, was saying Maestro, aka Mysdiggi. There was always either Mysdiggi, aka Maestro, or vice versa. So that way, whichever you look for, you'll find it. But now it's just strictly Mysdiggi, And the reason for that is because I feel like it's a lot more, it's a lot more different than anything else. And there's no possibility of mixing me up with, people were mixing me up with some Afrobeats producer from Nigeria. There's like some piano guy from Houston or something like that. It's just like, this is too mixed up, and I kind of expected it might happen because it's a name that is kind of obvious. Even though I own the name, you know what I mean? I feel like I own Mysdiggi, and I feel more like Mysdiggi than Maestro. So yeah, that's why I switched to that. I hope that makes sense. Spread the word, my beloved. Oh yeah, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. We need like a smash sound, like smash that subscribe, yeah. So get Charlie Sloth's voice. If we have his voice, not the, you know what I mean? Go smash that, yeah, yeah. Like all the noises that he makes, as opposed to the noises that he presses on the thing. So who we got in the building? Let's shout out some people. Oh, Black Einstein. Oh, okay. Shout out to Jed Dian. Hope I said that right. Oh, you done been subscribed, Anthony. Yeah, bruv, I didn't realize, man. I should have been doing this a long time ago, innit? Shout out to Charlie Chalk, Chase. Yes, so we're sounding good out there, yeah? Shout out to Alexander Morrison. Bible said 24 kids, 12 sons, 12 daughters. I don't even know what that means, but it sounds hilarious. What are you not drinking out there?
Don't. If Black Einstein's there, don't ask if it's sounding good.
Yeah, that's true. It sounded good already. Otherwise, he'd have done me knocking on the door. That said Black Einstein's out there, so we know it's sounding good. Is this looking good? Right, moving on. So people know now why it's Mysdiggi, and that's it. Just stick with Mysdiggi. If it sounds weird, just say mice. It's easy. You know what I mean? It ain't that hard. What else was there? LowLife. LowLife. Do you want to talk about LowLife? Yeah. Yes, all right. Let me take a drink of water.
I just heard someone next door say no.
I promise it's not gin. You've heard someone next door say no. Okay. Nah, it's not you know what I mean? It's not actually a bad thing. It's not a bad, nah, it is bad. Right, so LowLife. Let me put it like this. All I know is, from my point of view, you know what I mean, everything seemed to be going all right. Things were moving forward. Releases had come out, but it then ended up being a thing of, is this really for the love of it, or is it just all about the money? And it seems to me that's what it all was really about in the end. It's like, no matter what kind of words you heard coming out of Brain Tax's mouth on the lyrics, it was different. Do you know what I mean? He was about his business, which is not, that's not a bad thing, I guess, in terms of, you making sure you get what you deserve. But at the same time, you should be honest about it then with everybody, and just, as opposed to just, it always felt like there's more that he should be saying, but he's not saying it, and so people don't really know where they stand or how he feels, where he stands or whatever. And things, as you get older, you realize things are about communication, innit? If everybody could talk, if people weren't as awkward with each other about telling them how they feel, like, look, you're not gonna die. Do you know what I mean? What's the thing that you fear the most? People mostly fear death, right? If you tell somebody how you feel in an amicable way, do you know what I mean? It shouldn't be a problem, because then you can both iron out these creases. You can work things out a lot easier. But when it's like you're holding back, people holding back, and then you act a certain way and you do things in a certain way, so for instance, in terms of his releases and whatnot, it always felt like he would put more effort into those releases than anybody else's. And that's fair enough because you're an artist, but at the same time, as a label owner, as a label, you should be promoting everybody's things the same way. Whatever you do for your own releases, you should do for others as well, nah? That way everything goes according to plan. And you know, for everybody, as well as for the business, you know, as in the label, as well as for the artist. Like, you want the artist to get bigger and do better, no? Because they're on your label. You know what I mean? But then, so you just notice all these little things where you're like, oh, right. Is this how it's running? And in the end, you know, I was touring. I think we were doing a tour for the Panorama. I think we were in Brighton. You know, we did a few dates. It was with the drummer, with oh yeah, Cash. Was it Cash? No, Cash. Cam. DJ Cam. And then we had the drummer with us as well. I can't remember his name. But yeah, we done a few dates and whatnot. And we come to a date where it was in Brighton. And basically what had happened was I ended up getting left stranded in Brighton. You know, it was to do with like the time of the train leaving, and obviously not being told like, yo, we have to leave in exactly 5 minutes or whatever. But it turned into like, yeah, getting stranded in Brighton. Ended up staying with someone that I didn't know, but they put me up and whatnot, which was really cool of them. But it's like how the situation was handled after, because mistakes can happen, but then when it didn't sound like this was a mistake as such, and it didn't even sound like Brains was really that bothered about it. He was more upset that I was upset, which was kind of, I was like, what kind of what kind of childishness is this? And furthermore, like, when are we getting sorted out for all of this work we're doing? You know, you seem to be just kind of willy-nilly doing this tour and not really talking about the situation like it needs to be handled. And so after that, I was like, right, I'm done with all of this, man. I'm just not into all the weird stuff with how people communicate, you know. Like I said, I feel like if we're more open about whether it be personal relationships or business or whatever, you know, things can be sorted out. Problems can be you know, they can be dealt with. But when you're keeping up this sort of guard, like, that means that trust can't, you know, there can't be any trust involved either, which makes the situation, you know, awkward, man. And I just can't really, I just in this, like I said, to enjoy myself, man. I'm happy to be alive. Like, I was just glad that this guy's putting out my music. I wasn't really, you know, there's so many people that were upset with him about this, that and the third, but for me personally, I didn't feel like there was anything like that happening. So I don't know what's going on in other people's situations, but then when it happens to me, where I feel like, right, I thought we were friends, you ain't even gonna, you don't seem like you're even bothered that I had to go through all of that because you seem unorganized with what you're doing. I was like, boy, and I'm the one that's like, you know, I'm there helping you out on your set. It's not even my tour, it's your tour. You know, so things like that just make you feel like, right, this isn't for me. Like, I ain't going to enjoy this anymore. Do you know what I mean? And so I was in two minds of just like, I think we had 2 or 3 more dates. I was like, yo, I shouldn't even do any of these dates. If I was a dickhead, I wouldn't even done any of these dates. But I'm thinking of the other 2 guys. They've got to earn their money as well. You know, they've relied on these. So I was like, boy, let me just do it. You know, be professional. Did it, and I was done. I'm not even bothered about, he could keep the money. I'm not... all the stuff that's going on with people getting their money back and whatnot, I don't even want it. Like, if you don't want to give it to me, why should I'm not going to beg you for something that you owe me already. That doesn't even make sense. And what's the point in doing that? I'd rather not have it. Like, I could, you know, I could carry on with life. Like, you know, I don't live like that. So yeah, anyway, moved on from there. And then obviously at the time I was touring Australia a lot as well. Shout out to Shorty Blitz who linked that up. Shout out to Sam Dutch. And you know, so what was happening at that time, it felt like, because it was a few years of going back and forth, Sometimes I'd go there for 2 months, sometimes 3 months. People were like, "Rah." After a few years, people thought I was living there. I come back, "Yo, what are you doing here, man?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" "Rah, I thought you was living in Australia." I was like, what are you talking about? So yeah, I felt like, right, I need to stay put and start putting out some more work. And after that situation happened, I was like, right, you know what, I'm going to do a release. Bruv, I wrote bars. I was like writing all bars going. I was like, yeah, I'm going to write text. And I was like, what am I doing, man? Like, why am I putting my energy into all this when I could just be making music that people enjoy anyway? Do you know what I mean? I could throw whatever out there. So I just put out FDT. Do you know what I mean? Fuck the tax man. And people who hear it, they hear what they want to hear. People who enjoy it, they enjoy it. You know what I mean? But I get it out in a way that's creative and not, like, it doesn't have to be all of this, like, you know, constant barrage and what am I doing? What's the point in that? So I moved on from there. And that's it. That's how we got here, man. You know, I had quite a weird time at that stage, man, because, you know, it felt like things were really happening for UK hip-hop. Like, things were really about to, you know, reach a level where people were taking us really serious. But then that happens, and you know, at that time, LowLife was, you know, there was a lot of things going on. You had, obviously, Task Force, Skinny Man, like even Clash was there, via Rodney P, you know, so Verb T, Kashmir, you know what I mean? So many things, so many releases and artists that were making a lot of noise. You know, and you just go and flop it by like, oh, yeah, I'm going to take this all and bounce. And, bruv, you know, when my man bounced, he bounced like, it wasn't just us that got jerked. It was like other people got jerked. Do you know what I mean? So, anyway, man, it's toxic. You don't need people like that around. And I think it took a while as well for the scene to bounce back in a way. There were people definitely, you know, doing their thing regardless, but yeah, I could tell that the energy, you know, in terms of UK hip-hop felt a bit disjointed in a weird way, you know what I mean? But shout out to the people that stuck with us, man, because boy, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How we sounding out there? Right, shout out to Tiago Tavares, for real, bruv. That means a lot, man. Jeez. My man said you're my favorite rapper, hands down. You look trying to make the black man blush. You trying to make me do the black man blush. Shout out to Stamina. He says I hear you on the money thing loud and clear. Yeah. Yeah, man. So LowLife was, you know, it was a messy situation, but for me, that was like that's where I had to be like, okay, I'm done. If you're treating me, there's one thing with the business side, like I can understand, you know, like basically he hadn't even sorted us out, you know, for the first bunch of gigs yet, and even spoke about when he was gonna do it, and so I was like, boy, you know what I mean, I need to sort out my shit. And then my man bouncing. Next minute, all I just get a phone call. This is after the gig. Bounce. I was like, right, where you lot going? Oh, we got to go and get the train. I was like, right, I need to get my stuff. Oh, you better hurry up. Just run. Next minute, I get a phone call. Where are you at? I was like, right, I'm on my way to the train station. Oh, the train's gone. I was like, where are you? I'm on the train. Right. Really? Right. You know what I mean? Well, all I could put, we grow up different. You know what I mean? Where I'm from, you would do that. You would do that, man. You know what I mean? And that's when I realized, like, right, okay, it's like that. It's kind of deep, man. Like, you know, you have to move on. That's what life is about, man. You can't just, you know, you can't expect everything to stay the same way or get better as it is all the time. Things change, but you learn from it, man. That's the main thing. And what I learned from that was that I better be careful who I'm working with. You know what I mean? Because for me, it's not just, this ain't just, oh yeah, business, oh yeah, do a track, yeah, we should do a track, yeah, we should do it. I ain't, if you notice, I'm not that one of them, let's just do a track, we should do a track kind of guys. You know what I mean? If I hear a track that I think someone would work on, I'll holler at them, you know what I mean, and we work it out and do that. But, you know, I'd rather just like enjoy what I'm doing. I like making music. I like entertaining you mother lovers, you know what I mean? All you people out there that have been listening to the music for a while, man. It means a lot, trust me, it means a lot. Because, boy, this is always a dream to do it, you know what I mean, from when I was a kid. And like I said, man, when I got into it through the open mic circuit. That's why I did the open mic tune with Bluefoot. And from there, it was just like always people, you know, I just had this thing where I'd meet the right people that would put me onto this and then meet this one and this one hear about me. And do you know what I mean? I've never had a manager. I obviously never been signed. Do you know what I mean? But all these things seem to happen. And I feel like it's for a reason in terms of just making sure that there's the right energy is involved, you know? The right energy. That's why you hear me doing all different styles of tunes. I don't really stick to one. You know, I don't really want to stick to what. Like, I don't want to be pigeonholed because, like I said, I like so many different styles of the culture, that hip hop music, and just music in general. Anyway, I'd rather when I hear the beat that, you know, I feel suits me or I suit, then I'd work with it, regardless of whether it's you know, fast, slow, whatever. Like fun, dark. I like horror movies, but then I like comedy. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I also appreciate that not everything's for everybody. Like whatever you enjoy, do you know what I mean? Then that was for you, isn't it? That so other people enjoy, and that's what I think art is about. It's all, you know, it's art. It's real, but it's artificial. It's artifice. It's something that we make up, you know, and then people enjoy it, whether it's a painting, whether it's a sculpture, whatever, you know. So I appreciate people appreciating. I appreciate the appreciation still. So what?
Question from
Tef Vision. We got a question. Tef Vision. My first album not on iTunes. What are you classing as my first album though? That's a good one to get into, because that's a very good question. The first album, in my opinion, my first album is Mysdiggi, because I never got to release a solo album up until that time. Music Maestro was actually an EP. So this is the I'll put you into the mind frame of Brain Text when it comes to this. Like I was saying, Music Maestro was an EP. That was it. It had an intro and an outro, and that was done. It had what was it? Music Maestro. It had Yeah, Nutrition, and something else. I can't remember right now. What else was on there? Yeah, someone have to get I need to get the track list up. Awkward Thief. There you go. Yeah. And the intro and outro, and that was it. That was the EP. But we also did a single, which was nothing. It wasn't on the EP, but the single was Telling You, and wow, how can I forget the name? Strong Rhymer. It was Telling You and Strong Rhymer. Yeah. Shout out to Harry Love. Obviously, Telling You was produced by Brain Tax, and it was a single. It was the A-side of the single. And it had a video as well. Okay? So Telling You. Oh yeah, and Yeah was also on Music Maestro. So those were the tracks, yeah? There you had the intro, you had Music Maestro, you had Yeah, you had Awkward Thief, and that was it, right? And then the outro. But then for the CD, what my man did is put Telling You and Strong Rhyming on there, as well as what was it? I think Don't Drag Me In, as well as Free the Walls, as well as My Type of Party remix. Shout out to Black Eyed Stand Next Door. I was probably pissed that I'm doing all this now, but I don't give up. Yeah. Right. So he put all of them on there and then called it an album. Well, this is the thing. It's Music Maestro, the EP. That's all it was. And I was like, oh, you could call this Music Maestro, the CD. But instead, I think what had happened, he put a press release out there as Music Maestro, and the album contains blah blah blah. It's produced, you know, and it's like rah. So people were calling it an album. I was annoyed at that, but you know, what can you do? You're trying to promote it anyway. Because for me, it wasn't my album. There were tunes that I'd already written that I was like, yeah, this is gonna be for my debut. And then in the end, that didn't happen that way. And then after that, the next thing was the next main project, apart from the Tip of the Icebergs, was Diggy Down Under. But the thing with Diggy Down Under, it was like something that I'd worked on with a bunch of different rappers from, you know, down under, from Australia, or over the other side if you're, you know, one of those guys. What was I gonna say? So yeah, New Zealand, and shout to P Money and all the crew down there. So that was tunes from, you know, people from that area. So it's more like the idea of that was a storyline, you know, with me venturing out there, Mysdiggi venturing out to Australia, touring and whatnot, and a little adventure, as opposed to it being, so, you know, it's a concept album as opposed to it being my debut album as well. And then, but then once I got the chance, it was like, yeah, Mystrogen. And, you know, like I said, learning what I did through that whole LowLife era, it was like, bruv, put out your own music, man. Just put it out yourself. You know what I mean? You could do it. It may not get the push that a label could do, but at least you're getting it out there and people hear it. That's all that really matters to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, so when you're asking about the first album, you'll have to tell me which one. I thought that Music Maestro was up there on the iTunes and all that. Shout out to It's Chase. He says, a lot of people here probably listened to you way before me, but I found you through FIFA Street. So glad I did, man. Right, bless, brother, man. That's with the beekeepers, innit? The Queen Bee joint. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. That was fun doing that as well with them. Shout out to the beekeepers. Jalapeno Records. You know what I mean? Got us on the FIFA. I think it was FIFA 2014, wasn't it? Or something like that. 2013 or... I can't remember, man. You know what I mean? That was a few brain cells ago, bruv. What you lot blazing out there, speaking of which? Oh, we got some sound effects. We might, you know what I mean? We might have to do some reviews, boy. You know, I have to do some reviews as well. Reviews of different bits and bobs. Shout out to Black Einstein. He said he's not pissed at all, he's loving it. Alright, shout out to DJ Lock. Listen to it on rotation in the car. He said he listened to Music Maestro on rotation on the car for a long time. Bless, my brother. That's my little bro right there. DJ Lock. Bless. Anthony Turner says you're sick live. Appreciate that, bruv, man. Man, I'm missing doing the live stuff, I'll tell you that. We might have to do a live session. What you lot saying? Should man do a little live session at one point with this? Obviously, this is our first time getting involved with the live stream. So, wait there. Shout out to Tiago Tavares. He said he got here late. Don't know if you've covered this. What are your short-term plans? Any live gigs? Yeah, I should be doing, what's it called? It's called Metro Fest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Metro Fest, and it's August the 8th, I think it is. I posted it on my Instagram. if you go to my Insta, Mysdiggi on Insta, you should find that I posted it there. But yeah, what we got here? EPTV Stars Dizzles. Oh, EPTV's on Star Dizzle. Okay. There's a lot of talk about Star Dizzle, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. For me, you know what I mean? I'm kind of over it. I'm done with, unless it's like the Perps Star Dizzle. I think that's bang bang. But yeah, depending on you know what I mean? It depends how people grow that, you know. But yeah, that sounds good, man. I'm glad you're enjoying yourself then, EPTV. Jed Thias, he says, bro, do you remember anything touring NZ? Yeah, I do remember some bits of touring NZ, but not all of them. Do you know what I mean? You'd have to like bring the moments up. I'd be like, oh yeah, but I do remember New Zealand. Let me think about. I remember being really, really drunk, yeah. In the morning, I think it was after I performed that you lot had like NZ battles. There was like some battles going on between New Zealand and Australia. I've forgotten what the night was called exactly. And then there was an after party, and bruv, you lot, New Zealand, man, them man like, bruv, them man, when they get drunk, like you see the later, bruv, the way them lot drink, yeah, and like true they all blench as well, like the you know, shout out to my Maori guys, man. The Maoris out there, they are blenched. Like they come out and from 16, 17, they're like that tonk, like they look like, you know what I mean, superheroes and that. And then, bruv, when it's time for drinking, oh, do you want to drink, bro? Like they're all tonking that, like yo, like that, you know what I mean, Hulk looking. But then when they talk, you okay, bro? You gotta move the eyebrows like that, bro. Yeah, oh, bro, do you want to drink, bro? I was like, oh yeah, I'll have a drink, man. Would you like? I go, yeah, I'll just get like a rum and coke, bruv, man. Oh yeah, 2 quadruple rum and cokes, bro. I go, right, bruv, quadruple. Where you going with quadruple? And then the man's like this. Oh, you don't want to drink, bro? Yeah, so I remember getting really drunk and then getting smashed. And then the next day I had to wake up and go to the studio, and that's when I wrote in the cab on the way to P Money Studio is when I wrote the I Had None. Yeah, so I remember that. That's pretty good, no? What else? I'm trying to catch up with you lot's comments, man. Shout out to the people involved, man. Really appreciate you lot coming through. Yeah, the wrap-ups, okay.
Hang on.
So shout out to DNA, man, holding down the boards.
I might have some wrap-ups. Just before we do the wrap-up.
Do you want to play one? Do you want to play some wrap-ups? Oh.
Got an explosion.
Oh, you got... Well, did you lot hear the explosion there? No, I just farted, man. Sorry about that, you lot, man.
Let me see if I can find a wrap-up, yeah.
Oh, shit. Right, Grumpy Top 5. My man says, he's asking, what does cock-a-doodle do mean? That's a good question. What does cock-a-doodle do mean? It means wake up, mother lovers. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. That's what it means. Wake the fuck up. Oh, see, you're not talking about drop a beat, see? Alright. Shout out to IK. IK's on the Tangerine Dream though. Okay. Yeah, Tangerine Dream's not bad. It's not bad. That's not bad at all, boy. Nice terp on that. I'm down with the some blue cookies. Some blue cookies and Space Monkey. Yes.
We've got the 2012 wrap.
Yeah, like
that's
UK
probably the last
rap
one.
up thing, yeah. It's the UK rap Mysdiggi. Yeah. It's the UK rap. So as a new age has entered, it's time that I remind you of what you ain't remembered. They said the last 3 years, I said it well, so here's the official UK wrap up for 2012. Yeah, the year sure came in heavy, but nothing like Russell Brand's pockets when he divorced Katy Perry. Though we learned a bunch.
That's actually a good one to drop, D. I've got to say, you lot put some. I always wanted to say this as well. You lot drop some fire emojis for my boy D. You know what I mean? Drop some fire emojis in there right quick. That's something that they say when they're streaming. I think I'm supposed to say that. There's a streaming part. Yeah.
Maybe just get an explosion in.
Yeah. Alright. Yo. So the UK wrap-ups. Oh, wait. Let me just catch up with this. I'll do more. Okay. Alright. Alright, so check it. Stamina's right, the Maori are different. Them man there, the way they drink, yeah, they mess you up, bruv. They mess you up. So the UK wrap-ups, I was enjoying them, right? I started doing them because I was asked by, the Jump Off crew, Manny Norte, and they said, yeah, well, you should do, a wrap-up, but for the UK. And I was like, well, that's actually, that's a good idea, But I felt a bit like, but it's mad skills, this thing, I don't want to be biting, and hip hop, like, it shouldn't be. And they was like, nah, man, don't worry. Like, Manny was cool with, I think it was D-Nice that was looking after doing the wrap ups with Mad Skills, and so I think they got in touch and said, yeah, cool, do what you want. And so it was like, we got the blessing to do it. I guess, like, I wasn't there, I didn't hear it, but that's you know what it's like these days, man. You need to verify the verification of whoever verified it. You know what I mean? Before you get fact checked as well. So like, then I got into it. I was like, Black Einstein, he's gonna produce them. He's gonna produce all of them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it every year. First one was fun. Smashed it. Funny thing you lot might not know about that is it was filmed by Asim, aka Chapati G from People Just Do Nothing. Yeah, he filmed the first UK wrap-up video. Smashed it with that one as well. Wasteman TV. And so did that one, and it was like, getting wicked feedback off it, and it was like it was fun to do. It was quite a lot. But it was fun because I'm getting, the right sort of information together, and then the right feedback from people. Because I'd always just keep writing, and then send it off to whoever I felt like, they should hear it. And at the time, it was with Ara and that Jump Off crew, and Manny and whatnot. And so that was cool. And then so we did it the next year, and then then I started feeling it. It was like I'd done some performances with it, and then what I started feeling was that energy of like, people hitting me up, and me thinking it's for me, the rapper, maybe I manage you, or maybe I'm performing at some event with these people, whatever, But then it seemed more about like, so you doing another wrap up this year? A lot of things started being about the wrap up, like the wrap up. The wrap up. Yo, Mice, long time no speak. The wrap up. People just and it was like, it carried on like that. But also, what had happened was, certain like. So it was with artists as well as like certain outlets, you know what I mean? They weren't really, showing the right kind of sentiment towards like say I've got to go and perform the track or something for you, you know, or say for instance, who was it? It was, oh yeah, so Grime Daily. It was Grime Daily. They wanted to like they wanted to promote, you know, I guess like premiere it, sorry. Yeah, they wanted to premiere the wrap up. But I don't think they've really understood how it worked, because we'd obviously already done it for a few years, and if I'm going to wrap up the whole year, I have to wait till the year's finished, because something might happen on December 31st. And if I miss that out, I ain't really wrapped up the year. So that's how you know what I mean? I'm one of them. I'm a bit too anal with keeping things, you know, tight and whatnot, making sure I do things properly. But that's just the way I am. And that's how I've done it. If you've really been into it, you would see that. And you wouldn't be rushing me to try and get it on like Christmas Day or whatever, just, you know. And so anyway, in the end, so it's a case of me getting the tune written, you know, recorded, and obviously Black Einstein getting the beat done as well, and then mixing it, and then we got to get the video sorted, because we ain't going to be able to record the video until we've got the tune recorded. So we might as well record the tune finished, and then, you know what I mean, so we could do it as quick as possible. So it'd always end up being like about mid-January, towards, you know, the third week of January, where you'd get the video and whatnot. We might release the you know, the single, or, you know, the stream or whatever. MP3 it was at them times, isn't it? Fucking hell, I don't even know what it is now. What'd you call it now? NFT? Yeah, anyway. So in the end, but I think it was like they wanted to get the video out. So Grime Daily wanted to get the video out by whatever day it was. Like, I don't know, maybe they wanted to get it out like the first week of January, but that wasn't happening. So by the time we had it done, when I was hitting him up to say, yo, it's ready, I wasn't hearing nothing. I didn't hear nothing. When it was all like, oh, yo, we'll do this and we'll get you to do a daily duppy and do that was all before they didn't get the video like at the date they wanted. After that, I didn't hear nothing again. That was it. I didn't hear nothing. So all these things that go on behind the scenes that you lot don't know about are enough to put me off. Like, I don't really want to do this with people that don't have just like love for what they're doing enough that they can you know, have some form of empathy for if I'm doing a track with somebody and I don't know what's going on in their life, so I shouldn't be upset that they haven't got something done by the time I wanted them to do it. You know what I mean? Right, shout out to danDNA putting the video up there. Yeah, see? You know what I mean? We're learning on the go. This is how we roll. You lot are popping your cherries with me, man. This is the first time you got me on a live. Shout out to Ched Diane. Oh yeah, we met after Wellington. Yeah, with Mickey D. Okay, yeah, details are definitely hazy, boy. Shout out to Charlie Chalk, Anthony Turner. Yes. Yay. Wow, there's some heads in here, man. The UFC wrap-ups and the MMA wrap-ups. Do you know what? I do want to get back on them, man. But there's just something about... yeah, I might as well be honest. I don't know. There's something about the UFC now that... do you know what I mean? I don't know whether I should be doing it or not. I think I'm going to carry on anyway, but I wanted to do more than just like a yearly thing, because that was a bit off-putting with the UK wrap-ups. It was like, bruv, I dropped the UK wrap-up January, yeah, mid-January, towards the end of January. By March, people are like, yo, I can't wait till the next UK wrap-up. Like, bruv, 3 months, only 3 months gone by, people are like, yo, I can't wait for the next UK wrap-up. All right, bruv, what about in between? Like, you don't want to hear nothing in between the year. You know what I mean?
Do you remember? Do you remember when it started getting to the point of like you have to sort of basically just like every month you have to start like writing stuff down and just trying to work out.
Yeah.
And then it stopped basically becoming a 12-month affair.
Yeah, well, the thing is, so Dan was saying, do I remember having to like write down things every month and whatnot? And I think that's a mistake I was making, was not doing that as much. I did it every now and again, but then towards the year, it's like I've got other stuff on my mind, so I'm not thinking about the wrap up all the time. And you know, the thing is, I could do it, but it was annoying when come, you know, what, like the first or second week in December, all I'm doing is writing this thing about all these, you know, celebrities and all this shit that I don't even really care about deep down, but it's like what people, you know, people enjoy. I enjoyed it because I could kind of take the mick out of people and have fun with it without them taking it too serious. Is like, you know, like I said, I love comedy, so there's a comedic side that I could bring to it, as well as like drop a little gems in there. I always enjoyed that I could, even though I'm talking about all these like famous ass people that do famous ass shit, I could also talk about like my scene. You know, I could drop little bits in there about whether it be Tony D or, you know, like Loki, or, you know what I mean. But other than that, I would end up like writing, and I'd have like kind of 3 weeks to get it all done. And so that would be a lot of like focusing on, you know, getting all of the sort of news in. You know, Black Einstein would help, my sister would help, shout out to Amanda Starr. And then I'd also talk to my brethren that are into football and all that, because I'm not really into football, but I know that, yeah, I better drop some of that in there. And you know, so, bruv, Christmas dinner and that, and I'm like, yeah, before I have seconds, oh shit, I just thought of another bar, like all this stuff. You know what I mean? That's a lot of work, and then we got to go and record it. You know what I mean? That's some long ass shit. It always end up being more than 6, 7, 8 minutes or whatever. And so because of all of that, you know, there was, and plus like I'm putting my heart into it. I'm not just doing it like on the willy nilly, because, you know, like I said, I try and make sure everything I do is like of a standard anyway. And then you know, when you get treated like that, it's just like, bruv, you know, like I don't want to do this for it to carry on like that. The next time, and which was why I said it was a good segue using the 2012 one, is I end up going to Kiss, you know what I mean, with Shorty Blitz. Shout to Shorty Blitz, shout to MK. And what we did, because I couldn't get a video done for it, I said, yeah, they wanted me to perform it live there, so I said, yeah, I'll perform it live, and then we'll film it there, and I'll make that the video. I'll put that out as the video for the 2012 one. And then so we get to do it. And, you know, bear in mind, this is like however many minutes, 7 minutes or whatever. And I've got to do, you know, I've got to perform the whole thing, make sure you can hear everything I'm saying and remember all of it and all that. And it's all done within, you know, the last, whatever, month and a half or whatever. So I probably did it on it took about 4 takes. And then I think maybe on the 5th take, we got it. And we thought, yeah, everything's cool, it's done. And when we're going down in the lift, you know, the producer was like, yeah, we just got the word from up top, you know, could you come back and redo it again, but like leave out, you know, this bit and this bit. Is like, what? Because obviously there's stuff that I say in the wrap-ups that with some of these outlets, you know, they're like covered by the you know, the big bosses, the Ofcoms and whatnot, and there's certain things that you might say that they're like, oh, you know, we could get in trouble for that, we're liable for that, which is fair enough. But why don't you just edit it out like you do normally with, because it was pre-recorded, so you could just edit it out like you do normally with your tracks anyway. And it like, why do I have to come back and redo that again? I was like, I'm not coming back to do that again, you know, and you know I'm not coming back to do that again. So I was like, I'm definitely done with this, you know what I mean? So that's why the wrap-ups were wrapped up. But as you can see, I loved it so much that I ended up I started doing the MMA ones, because I'm a really big fan of MMA, and I felt like, yeah, this is something that could, you know, it's something different that I could add to it, that I could, you know, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? I could, you know, just add something to the culture of MMA. There's like, oh, right, it's some guy, he kind of raps about what goes on throughout the year. And it was cool, but it is also reminding me of how much work it is to do. And I'd rather not do it like make it a yearly thing. I'd rather do it you know, a bit more sporadically. So I think I might want to do like you know, wrapping up quarterly or maybe certain events and whatnot. So I'm gonna bring them back for sure, man. And you never know, the wrap-ups could come back, innit? See, there's a possibility they could come back if the time is right. I don't think anybody wanted me to wrap up 2020 though, so I don't know what you lot are chatting about. If I wrapped up 2020, it would be like this. Fuck 2020. Fuck 2020. That's a wrap. There's your wrap up there. Fuck 2020, bruv. Fuck 2020. 2020. Don't even fix up your mouth. You look like you about to say, like, come out of my face, man. So who's that? Tiago said the first time he came across the music was on SBTV. The F64 almost 10 years ago. Jeez. Still, oh shit, still your favorite as well. I appreciate that, bruv, man. Boy, is that nearly 10 years ago already? Yeah, see, I gotta start, you know what I mean, doing some, I really do. I need to do some madness. So how you lot feeling out there, man? How's everyone been throughout this lockdown? Hit us up, you know what I mean? Post in the comments. That's what they say, innit? What else I got to say? Some other podcast. Smash the like button.
Let me hit the explosion.
Oh yeah, hit the explosion. Yeah, when you smash the like button, don't make it sound like that, because we're not liable for what happens to your phone, your computer screen. Huh? Yeah, popping off, bruv. Popping off. Yeah? It's real shit out here, bruv. You know what I mean? You pop them off, bruv. You don't even wait there. No, then wait there, like, yeah. No, wait there. Yeah, this is good, man.
Faith SFX.
Where's Faith SFX?
Stamina.
Jeez. What are you saying, Faith SFX? Good to see you too, bruv. Long time no see. So you missed it, man. I was talking about the whole Maestro thing. How I switched it from Maestro to Mysdiggi and why. It's a long ass story, but I condensed it down to about 2 minutes 45 seconds. Nah, we spoke on it earlier though, but yeah, I've dropped the Maestro thing. Now it's just Mysdiggi, man. You know what I mean? I think it's way more unique, and it's funny enough, the other thing as well is for people, I'm sure you lot should know, but there's a thing called PRS. It's to do with you know, like your rights and whatnot in terms of music. You register yourself as an artist, and even to the point of when I'd registered way back when, before LowLife and that, as Maestro, I also registered Mysdiggi as well. And I didn't even know that until I hit them up to find. I was like, yo, did I do that? I couldn't remember. They was like, yeah, you did. I was like, so I knew from way back when that it's gonna be Mysdiggi. If you find it hard, just say mice. Mice. All right, let's hit some of these comments. Right, Boom Bap Sorcerer, what's your thoughts on Venom Page? Oh, Michael Venom Page. Yeah, he's cool, man. I actually know him, man. Like I trained at London Shoot Fighters, so I've taken some of his classes, man. He's a cool cat, very, very humble guy, man. He's do you know what I mean? He's just got a style that people can't really, you know, in order for you to prepare for something like that, you'd have to have him as your you know, as your training partner, because my man is just, it's like once he gets into a groove, you know, he's got this whole thing where you don't know what he's doing. He's dancing, well, he's not even looking at you, you know, and then he's doing the snake thing as well. He's got that snake style, and then he's in and out. Like it's funny because some of his opponents, or quite a few of his opponents, they look a lot bigger than him, you know, like thicker. He's quite a skinny guy, but you could tell he's got a strong frame, even though he's bouncing about, so it kind of looks different. But you know, when he goes in though, the power that he goes in with, like when it's like 1, 2, you know, like whoo, his right just comes in heavy, man. So yeah, I do enjoy watching him, and it's hard to see him lose it. You know, he lost that one fight, but that was hard to see for real. But I mean, he lost it to a good guy, man. So yeah, I like Venom Page, man. I'm probably biased anyway as well. He's from West, so you know. What's going on? So Stamina MC, some American dude tried to do his version of the wrap up. James Lynch was co-signing him, kinda. But the guy was not leveling, sadly. Look, man, these wrap-ups, it's a wrap-up here, there, and everywhere. I think it's a cool thing anyway, man, regardless, because it's a good way to, like, celebrate whatever culture it is you're wrapping up, do you know what I mean? So I've got to rate mad skills for that, because he's just set. I remember, like, when, I think the day that we, the first time we did it, the 09 wrap-up, there was like about 3 or 4 other countries as well that had done it. Like, was it Japan and places? I think a couple other places in Europe and whatnot, like Denmark or something like that. So, and then now it's blown up into, and even the fact that I could wrap up MMA, like, you know what I mean? It's fun, man. I ain't gonna lie, that wrapping up MMA is harder though, because I don't want it to be too based on UFC, because people even think that the sport is called UFC when it's called mixed martial arts. So I try and involve all the other leagues, but boy, it's not easy, man. Wow. Chase said he lost 4 stone in the first lockdown and gained it back in the third. Oh dear. Yo, you lot should have been moving about in the lockdown, man. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Hey, it's not easy to talk about certain things on here, so we won't get carried away. We might slang it up. Broken English. Shout out to Broken English, man. He said, will you rap battle again? Boy, would I rap battle again? You know what? I would. If it was the right situation, I would, man. But, yeah, I don't know if these lot could create the right situation. Yeah, there was a possibility of it happening with the Don't Flop lot, but, yeah, I kind of messed that up, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, I work off of energy, and if the energy doesn't feel right, if the vibe doesn't feel right, I just don't. Because, I've already been through it enough, man. Like, I'm not one of them people. I don't need to be doing things that, I don't need to be doing every single thing. Like, oh, let me do this. I like to do the stuff that I enjoy. But battle rapping is something I enjoy watching, and I enjoyed doing it back when I did, but it was obviously a different, it was kind of a different vibe then, like it was more freestyle. It wasn't the whole thing of you kind of getting prepared for who you're battling and then writing the stuff as well. But I think that style, like the style of what battle has become now, is really, you know what I mean, they've taken it to like next levels, and people have really worked the level of performance as well. Like it doesn't have to be on beat, but as long as the patterns are there and the cadence and whatnot, and also the level of performance, you know what I mean? It comes across like there's quite a few battle rappers that I really like seeing. But yeah, and then at the same time though, I really enjoy just writing music, man. You know what I mean? So it would have to be really worthwhile, like, for me to take the time out. People saying you got to study this guy, watch his battles, and then do all that. And yeah, that's my fault, I guess, for being from the era I'm from. Who's that? Phil Trainer. Caught you late, so I shall catch up watching tomorrow. Night, Mysdiggi. Yeah, man, big up. Right, man said, yeah, I messed it up, man. This was like, for real. I don't even know how else to put it, man. It's like, and it's even weirder as well. What I found weird is how it felt like people knew that he was dodgy, but they still stuck around. And I guess it's because they still get something out of it in a way, man. It's kind of like how life is now anyway, innit? I guess like we all know this system is messed up like that we're in, but we still live in it and we still feed it. You know what I mean? Because it's the only way we know. You know what I mean? But yeah, at least like there's other battle leagues now anyway, and you know what I mean? I think like more people are gonna be aware of how they can be taken advantage of as well. So you live and you learn, innit? You know what I mean? That's what it's all about, man. Things are gonna happen through life, man. Nothing perfect. And like as long as you know, the point where you can start accepting that, like, oh, okay, this is what it's about. Just because, you know, I smashed that coffee cup this morning, it doesn't mean the rest of my day is going to be messed up. You know, and people, oh, my day's messed up, yeah. I woke up this morning and smashed the coffee cup all across, there's coffee everywhere, and then went outside and dropped it, you know, like, it's like, oh, because of this, the whole day's going to be messed up. Okay, and then the next day is fine. What do you think, like, there's some mystical, magical thing that goes, oh, today, now, you're going to drop everything, and because of this cup is the reason why your whole day is a waste. Nah, man. It ain't about that. It ain't about that, man. Things are going to happen, you know what I mean? You learn from it. Get over it. You try and make sure it don't happen again. If it does, you know what I mean? You live and you learn. But if it ain't life or death, don't worry about it. Which it's not an easy one. Wait, let me see this. Hold on a sec. Gonna try. Joker Star versus Mysdiggi. For real, broken English, man. You real? You for real about that? Yeah, that's hilarious, man. Joker Star versus Mysdiggi. That would be jokes, man. Like Joker Star, he's a proper nutter, man. Faith SFX. Do I still see Jargon? I speak to him more than see him. I haven't seen him for a little while, but I spoke to him recently, and he's good, man. You know, he's out there. He was out there teaching, you know what I mean, the salsa and merengue. Jeez! Those are cool. Bisquichata, bachata, ay caramba. Yeah, so I still see him, man. Faith, you been good, yeah? What you been up to? Alexander Morrison says, in a cage or on a stage. I don't really know what I'm meant to be doing in either, but both, man. I think I'm past it for fighting, like, unless it was somebody, you know what I mean, that was like my level. But you know what I mean, I don't think, if I get in there and get bruck up, I don't think I'm gonna be like what I would have. Oh, Joker Star. That's probably what he meant, in a cage or in a stage. I don't know, actually. But, yeah, I mean, look, man, you lot trying to get me out here talking about fighting other rappers, man. That's the dumbest thing we could ever talk about, I'll be honest. I don't think that's really a good idea, because, yeah, you putting people on the spot and all that. And, what you want to do, huh? Maybe we should do celebrity boxing, like, not that we're celebrities or anything, but you know what I mean? Maybe we should do that. That'll be fun, no? I don't know. Would you like be down for that? If we did UK hip hop, celebrity boxing? You never know, man. Oh, okay, he's joking. Sorry, Alexander Morrison, I'm taking you too seriously. Dan Hendo, boy. Jeez. You're trying it. Man said Dan Hendo, isn't he? He's like 50 something, man. Fuck, you know, boom bap sorcerer. Is that you going on? Is that what? Do I look that old? 50 something. Fuck, you know. You're not taking the piss, bruv. Dan Hendo, bruv, mama moves like this now. He's trying to, man should be fighting a guy like this. You know, then like that. You know, I had a brethren, like, my brethren in school, his name is Twist Neck James. He used to be like this, look. He'd be like that. You're like, right, James, Wagwan. He'd be like that. Yeah. Like that. That's Twist Neck James, yeah. I used to go out there with him. The man was like this. looking in.
Was it your lookout?
Yeah. Mine was is the lookout. Swiss Neck James. Nutter, man. He was a nutter, but a cool cat. Yeah. Alright, so what else have we got to touch on? Did I touch on everything? So we did the name. We did the LowLife. Oh, yeah. All right, have you lot got any questions? 17 of you mother lovers in here. Trust, I think we're gonna start doing some more live streams, man. You know, this is just like testing, just to see like our equipment works well with, you know, my forehead. You gotta make sure, smash the like button. You gotta make sure, you know, you don't get too carried away. That's sick. Make sure we don't get too carried away with, you know, the stories and that, because we could go all kind of places. But yeah, we get a setup going. I'm thinking as well we could try and like link up and chat to other artists, you know, in the scene. Do you know what I mean? Because I think it's time that we kind of take the reins a bit more and do our own thing, because you know, it's a shame, man. Look how long UK hip-hop's been about and been standing strong. Like worldwide, like some of our artists, you know, like they tour, selling material, worldwide streams and whatnot. But then it only feels like there's ever just like a handful. Like now is a bit more than before, but it still feels like a handful of, you know, like hip-hop artists from the UK actually get out there. And kind of, you know, even if it's not way above the surface, but it's like they managed to get through. And I feel like it's right, instead of us waiting for all these outlets that kind of, they seem to only want to go for the shit that everyone goes for, you know, it's where all the streams come. You know, we should do our own thing. So I really think it's a good idea to like start just chatting to a few more other artists, and that you know, we don't really chat as much as we should do, I think, in order to like really pull the scene together. You know, people might have releases or whatnot they could talk about. If we do performances or whatever, we talk about you know, things going on in life. I want to start doing some like Mice Investigate stuff, you know, chatting to people you might not never have known nothing about and get some info there. You know, what do you lot think about that? So let's see what we got. Yo. Yeah, you missed the UK wrap up era. Television said he missed the UK wrap up era, and it's not documented. Yeah. Oh, the UK rap era. Sorry, not the UK wrap up era. Yeah, you're right. And it feels, yeah, that's another thing. It feels like it wasn't documented enough. Like the noughties, especially. You know, like I got into it sort of 99, late 99, going into 2000, and then things started kicking off for me during the sort of kung fu and then linking up with LowLife. So about 2001 into 2 was, you know, where it was really like, and it felt like a lot of things were happening as well, and a lot of things did, but then, man, the way it just died out. I honestly feel, tell me you lot, you know, you lot tell me if you think I'm crazy, but do think about this. Things started going downhill, especially for UK hip-hop, after the smoking ban. When they started banning smoking in the clubs, it was like people didn't really want to go out as much, because now you got to go outside to smoke your cigarettes, and that way, yeah, and they're like, yeah, I mean, we might as well have a little house party, innit? You might as well do it. If you notice, around them times after that is where the little warehouse parties started to boom a bit. You know what I mean? They started to become more the thing people wanted to go to, was the warehouse parties, because you could do whatever you wanted there. People going there butt naked in the winter and shit. Yeah. And then the clubs started to, you know, they started to die down a bit. West End wasn't having as much hip-hop nights, you know what I mean? Sound, like all them little clubs that used to have their little open mic nights as well as R&B hip-hop. They were like, oh, we just want to do more R&B. You lot ain't dressed the way we want you to do. Shoes only, shoes only, shoes only, all that stuff. And then so things started to change from there. And then it was like, for us, it was even harder. You know, like, one thing was to do it in... where we had Kung Fu in, what's it called, Underworld. You know, that was cool. But then when that whole scene, you know, that part of like where Smoking Ban and whatnot came in, it was like a lot harder to kind of put on a hip hop event. It had to be like, you know, it needed some P. Diddy sprinkles in there, just like some shiny suits and all that. So yeah, things started changing from there, man. That's what I think.
Alexander Morrison saying, I think that the internet actually helped spread it.
Undercover magazine.
Because there was people were swapping files on like early files. And stuff.
File sharing.
UK hip hop stuff was just getting passed around by people.
Yeah.
You know,
the file sharing era.
Or something like that. Old 2001.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah, that file sharing era, Napster and UK Hip Hop Forum, yeah, UKHH Forum, innit? Yeah, that was kind of keeping it going.
Yeah, Theo ran that.
Theo, yeah, shout out to Theo, Hoochinu, and of course UKHH. And I think you're right. Like, yeah, it kept it alive, but it just felt like things, you know, like there were certain artists obviously that we thought were gonna. And that didn't happen. And then also I feel like the industry, like, you know, the sort of commercial industry didn't really take like our scene, as in hip hop made in the UK, that serious. I feel like they were already coming off the back of like thinking that we should sound like we're American, thinking we should be doing it like the Americans are doing it, but then also they didn't really get it. They didn't really get what the culture was about and what, do you know what I mean? They were like, oh, you've got Skinny Man, you got Clash, you got, okay, then you got Rodney P, Fallacy and Fusion drop.
Real like commercial stuff that dropped all at once, and some like what's important for the industry. There was like some good-looking people.
Yeah. Our good-looking people in the industry.
You know,
yeah.
All the potential was there, but then they just picked up on Dizzy Rascal.
Yeah, and then I think.
And it's probably the agenda again.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a big part of the artists sort of not conforming to what they wanted, you know, what the industry wants or wanted at the time. And then also I think that after a while, because of that, you know, because I've seen it myself with certain labels where once they realize that you kind of understand the business or you're not easily manipulated, they're like, oh, nah, we don't need to mess with that. Do you know what I mean? And so there was, and you got to remember as well, man, the people behind the scenes that like some of these A&Rs and people that looking at managing artists and whatnot, they used to want to be, they were like making UK hip hop. Do you know what I mean? And it didn't really work for them or whatever. So for them, you know, you can imagine it's like, nah, man, I ain't, you know, it's just this unfortunately human nature that they'll be like, oh, yo, youngins, you know, we can manipulate you lot still because you lot ain't really know about, you're not that smart in it, and then bam, you know. And everybody knows, man. I know everybody, if you're in this chat or people that listen to my music, they already know, man, that the music has been dumbed down like crazy. You know, what people are hearing now is just ridiculous. So there's definitely some agenda, and boy, what can we do about it? You know what I mean? What can we do? All right, we might as well wrap this up, man. Shout out to Alexander Morrison. He says, I love the UKHH Undercover Magazines time. Same here, man. I missed that. Broken English, what did you think of the new J. Cole stuff? I haven't heard it yet, you know. I've been in writing mode, man, so I haven't been listening to anyone, but I'll definitely check it out. I think J. Cole's nice with it. One of the few of the, you know, younger cats that actually sounds like he's making sense when he's talking. Alexander says the scene was pre-internet. I think that played a part in not spreading it as much. Yeah, for real, man. The scene being on the internet definitely, because you got to remember, man. This thing was all about live. It was about posters. It was about flyers. It was about being on the street, talking, you know, like meeting and greeting and whatnot. And that's all been. Look how much that's been drawn away from us. People think this social distancing started in 2020. Bruv, we've been social distancing since we've been on MySpace and all these things that are like social networks. Do you know what I mean? They've been keeping us apart from each other. We don't even realize. We're all victims of it. We don't even realize that this thing that we think is connecting us is actually drawing us apart. We're getting further and further away to the point that now you've got people that are paranoid. They're scared to even meet people face to face. They'd rather use the app and swipe left, swipe right. So ooh like. You know what I mean? So, you know, what can we do, man? And that's what's happened, evidently what's happened with the music. But yeah, man, I miss Kung Fu 2 Stamina MC, I'm telling you, man. But somehow, somewhere, we got to bring. Listen, if these lot try and do what, you know what I mean, whatever they're trying to do, we're going underground, man. We're going underground, and we're going to use their whole fake us, you know what I mean? What I call it, land and water. We're going to use their fake us, land and water, the acronym for that, against them. We'll hold our own little events. You know what I mean? These lot think they're... Yo, don't let me get started, man. See? DJ Lock agrees. DJing changed overnight after the smoking ban. The club would clear out every half hour after it came in. See? That's what I'm saying, man. Smoking ban killed it. What about Hijack the Brotherhood? Yes, I listened to them when I was growing up. Hijack for sure, and the Brotherhood. Yeah, man. Yeah, Gunshot. You know what I mean?
When you say Gunshot.
Shout out to DNA. Yo, you lot throw some fire emojis for DNA. You know what I mean? Holding down the board. Now we know that this thing works. You know what I mean? Trust. We're gonna set it up neatly. We're at the bunker right now. This is my first live. And there's many more to come, man. Trust. We just wanted to make sure that thing. We weren't sure if it would work, and you know, we just thought, all right, just off the cusp. Let's just see. And now we know. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button. Let everyone know that this isn't the podcast like this. This is just me, us practicing. You know what I mean? Don't look at this setup and think like, right, my man's setup is kind of, you know, it's a little bit brass. It's a little bit brass. Like, I thought my man would have a little desk. I don't know, some like, I know you lot want me to have some dragons flapping around behind me. That's what I'll probably do, some dragons. Yeah. I want to get like some tonk unicorns, but they got to be tonk. You know, what is that thing that certain animals get where their muscles are just like overactive thyroid. And the muscles are like, hey, yeah, so I want no, isn't it something muscular? Like, you know, the whippet with the, you know, the whippet that's got the, no, yeah, it might be that. It's like some kind of, but yeah, I want like tonk unicorns, like jumping over hedges and that. We do, you know what I mean? So you lot stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching as well. And we appreciate you, mother lovers, man. Don't worry. Performances, we'll be doing some performances as well. Just make sure you lot are locked in. You know what I mean? Bless.